Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the coolest place in the world tonight, Cafe CODA. I tell you, we've been looking forward to this evening for quite some time now. And I have to tell you, it's really great after everything we've been through in the past 2 years with all of this political trauma and all these health issues and Russians acting a damn fool. It really is good to know that we still have a time and place in our lives when we can come together and appreciate beautiful music in a wonderful space. It has not been easy maintaining a jazz club in Madison, Wisconsin during the pandemic. Hell, it wasn't easy before the pandemic. I think I'm the only brother with a liquor license in the whole county even. I think that's true. Yeah. But it's been a labor of love to bring this music to this community and to maintain this atmosphere of love. That's what it's about. So much hate in the world, man. I don't know where people get all this hate from, man. I don't know where people get all this hate from, man, Anyway, at a certain stage in life, you got to realize, somebody said, if you're going to do something great, you better do it right away. You dig? Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But it's just such a pleasure to see you all here, and it's just such an honor to keep this place going. And I just want to thank you and this community for helping Cafe CODA stay alive, because if it was not for this community, we'd be like a lost ball in a high weed. Now, I just want to take a minute to acknowledge some of you important people. Okay. Hey, everybody. And maybe a couple of people that you may know in the audience. I'd like to acknowledge my man, Dr. Zorba here. He's had the same cap on for 20 years. And I'd like to acknowledge my friend Stu Levitan here. And I'd like to acknowledge Jazzy Jeff back there. Jeff. I'd like to acknowledge our wonderful staff. You see my son back there? He's bringing afros back. I remember when I had one like that. How many of you are here for the first time? Raise your hand. Hey, okay, well, yeah, welcome. I kind of know where you've been, so I want to ask. Everybody cool? I hate to ask that question all the time. What are you supposed to say? Oh, well, I got a little hammer toe, I'm cool. I don't have prostate cancer anymore, so I'm happy about that. And so for all of you men, get that done, man. Check that out, man, because tomorrow's not guaranteed, Jack. Anyway, it's a special night, okay? Because we're bringing we're bringing back one of our heroes. He's a real hero. I remember when I first came to Madison, I had read his book, I had heard about him, but I didn't have a chance to really to sit down and really talk with him until a few years into being here. And at the time I was going through some stress, and we went to some little bagel place, and at some point he said, "Hannah, what in the hell is wrong with you, man?" And I said, "I don't know, man, I'm just trying to, I'm just telling him about what I was trying to do with the music." I don't know if you remember this. She said, "Man, you know what you ought to do? You ought to make an avant-garde Christmas record." You remember telling me? That's when I knew he was really listening to me. But it's such a pleasure to have him here. I'd like to just take the opportunity to introduce the band, okay? One of the greatest bassists of his generation, And I'm talking about him like he ain't even here. Mr. Billy Peterson, ladies and gentlemen. No, don't give me no money, don't give me, not in front of everybody. And the young man, we have seen him develop throughout the years. You all know who I'm talking about. Young Leo Sidran. Come on up, Leo. All grown up. Man. And of one of the great pianists, authors, and mentors, and a true friend and a brother to this community, one of the finest pianists and composers, Mr. Ben Sidran. Let's show you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ben Sidran.
Well, thank you. I second everything Hanan just said. And as some of you know, this is my 5th annual 75th birthday party. I decided a while ago I was happy at 75. I wasn't going to go past that, so it's going to be 75 on out. And I couldn't be happier than to be here at Cafe CODA, and I too want to thank the staff and thank Hana and Jan for keeping this place together and keeping the roof over our heads so we can come together like this and enjoy some music. And he already introduced the band. Let's see, what else? Any other housekeeping? I don't think so. Oh, we're going to play one 90-minute show. So, you know, we know you have places to go and people to see. So here we go. Swing one. Well, as Hannah alluded to, hasn't been easy keeping this club open. Hasn't been easy keeping anything open, obviously. Especially in the jazz world, it's been a struggle for a while. Of course, looking at Billy Peterson, you wouldn't know that. Billy, you look like $100 in the change, man. And Leo, you looking sharp. That Brooklyn hasn't done you any harm. Brooklyn's been good to you.
Oh, yeah.
But don't be fooled. It's rough out here, and you know how rough it is because you wake up every morning just like the three of us and put your pants on one leg at a time and go out into the world and see what you can get accomplished. Now, those of you who were part of my salon for secular humanists, arch Democrats, and free thinkers. I see. My free thinkers are in the house tonight. No. You know that I've been talking about overcoming hardship now for quite some time. To the point where my talking about overcoming hardship has become a hardship in itself.
That's right.
And I apologize for that. But at the salon we started back years ago saying that this music is music that's made by and for people who have chosen to feel good in spite of conditions. And we thought back then, thank you, we thought back then that conditions were pretty dire, but we did not know.
You didn't
we
know.
had no idea. I don't know how many years later it is, but there is no bottom to this well. No bottom at all. But the fact that we can laugh at it shows that there's something healing still beneath the ceiling. Now, Leo and I were talking before about how people have really screwed this thing up.
Oh, man.
You can't blame the rest of the animals out here. They're just trying to get by, but people have really screwed this thing up. And it's been just a blink, just a moment in time when you think about how long evolution has been here. Everybody's been, all the animals, all the dogs, all the cats, all the cockroaches, all the birds. They've just been out here doing their thing, trying to get by. People have only been here for a few thousand years, and yet in the last 200-300 years, we have managed to screw the whole thing up. So don't say we ain't creative. I'll say that.
Oh, man. Productive, too.
Some creative animals out here. Trying to find the good side of bad times. That's like trying to find the good side of cheap wine. Usually it becomes about quantity, not quality at that point. And I think there's something similar when it comes to looking at our lives. Look, we're still here. That is the good news, because many of our compatriots are no longer among us. Well, they live on in us. Of course they do. Of course they do. We take them with us when and where and as we go. But still, they don't wake up every morning and pull on their pants one leg at a time anymore. They don't have to worry about wearing pants. No, sir. Okay, Salon members, you remember when I wrote this song. I wrote this song before 2016. Before, yes. Remember how naive we were? Do you remember that? And I want to point my finger at my friend Zorba Pastor, because Zorba and I, right there, point your finger at Zorba Pastor, because he was in the nightclub in Paris the November evening when Donald Trump was elected. And that part wasn't his fault. But I came into the club and I said, Zorba, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can even speak tonight. I don't know if I can get through this evening. And God bless him, what he said was, oh, don't worry, it's not going to be that bad. He might as well have said, trust me, I'm a doctor.
Huh.
I love my friend Zorba, but he was not telling 100% of the truth that night. It was bad and going south. So this song was written before that, and it was written about a mythical man who was cursed to wake up every morning, pull his pants on one leg at a time, and go out and try to push a rock up a hill. Just like you, just like me, he had a to-do list, right? You know what was on his to-do list? Today, push rock uphill. Tomorrow, push rock uphill. Thursday, rock uphill. And every day he'd wake up and cross off the day before, push the rock up the hill. See, that was progress. Rock never got up the hill, but the list grew shorter. And I think that we should take some solace from this. We still can't get the rock up the hill, but our list is getting shorter. And maybe one day it'll say, forget about rock, forget about hill, forget about pulling your pants up one leg at a time. Have a drink.
Have some cheap wine.
Cheap wine. I was laying in my backyard the other day on my zero gravity chair. $69 out at Home Depot. I'm looking up at the trees blowing in the wind, and it occurred to me, I can't see the wind, but I know that it's there. How do I know that it's there? Because the trees are moving. Similarly, I can't see the good news that's out here today, but I can feel it because I can still laugh. I still believe in humor. I still believe that we are all, as my friend Zorba would say, in the best possible world. Because it's the only world we got. However, cast your mind back to the man and the rock and the steep hill where the sun is so hot even the shadows can kill. He gotta keep on pushing, he gotta get to the top, cause the forces of nature, they're gonna make the man drop. And he's down on his knees in a world full of pain, but time after time, he gets back up again. You got to picture him happy. Picture him happy. Now the sun is the truth and there's no place to hide, and the rock is time passing, time will abide. The hill is just the shape of all things to come, and the man, he's suffering in the heat and the sun. He's trying to find some meaning in a world that don't care, but the rock won't talk and the hill don't share. You got to picture him happy. You gotta picture him happy. Now it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. And it ain't where you go, it's the way you go through it. These are desperate times, they call for desperate actions. Desperate minds, they need desperate distractions. The sun is so hot you can't even breathe the air, and it's an eye for an eye, and everything is fair. Try to find a reason in a world where there's none. They're just as rock and this hill and this god-awful sun. Now there's a change for $1, a change for a dime. You want to change your world, you got to change your mind. You got to picture him happy. You got to picture him happy. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. And it ain't where you go, it's the way you go through it. And these are desperate times calling for desperate actions. Desperate minds, they need desperate distractions. The sun is so hot you can't even breathe the air, and it's an eye for an eye, and everything is fair. Trying to find a reason in a world where there's none. They're just as rockin' this hill and this god-awful sun. When you get near the top, you'll see a terrible unbelievable thrill. You'll see another man, another rock going up another hill. You got to picture him happy. You gotta picture him happy. In spite of conditions, gotta picture him happy. Music made by and for people, picture him happy. Who have chosen to feel good, picture him happy. In spite of conditions, that's right, choose to be happy. Another man, another rock, going up another hill. Yeah, thank you. So I've been writing dystopian songs for quite some time, and now they're really in vogue. Dystopian songs are really, they don't seem dystopian anymore. My hero, Mose Allison, used to say, he said, some people thought of him as cynical. He didn't think he was cynical. He thought he was realistic. I personally have never thought of my songs as being dark. I always thought they were kind of funny, but you got to reach a little deeper now. So prepare to reach a little deeper. Now, I might be wrong, but it sure seems to me the past ain't what it was, and the future ain't what it used to be. Oh, everywhere I go, I hear people say, they say, man, you should have been here yesterday. You should have been here before the fall. Now it's the price of everything and the value of nothing at all. I could be wrong, but I think those days are gone. The future ain't what it was, and the future won't be here long. And now we're all just the sons of the Dharma bums, waiting in the water of the infinite flow. Every time you take a look, there's another dead guy in your address book. Where have all the good ones gone? Why did they leave us here to carry on? I could be wrong, but everywhere I go, them that knows don't talk, them that talks don't know. Ah, if silence is the answer, what could the question be? I could be wrong, but that's how it seems to me. we're all just the sons of the Dharma bums, wading in the water of the infinite flow. And every time you turn a page, another actor leaves the stage. Where have all the good ones gone? Why did they leave us here to carry on? I could be wrong, but everywhere I go, them that knows don't talk, them that talks don't know. If silence is the answer, what could the question be? I could be wrong, but that's how it seems to me. We watch as time passes, and then so do we. So do we. Oh, thank you.
Hey, can I say something?
Oh, please, yeah, I wish you would, man.
We were hanging out backstage with Hana before the show started. That's not the joke. I mean, that was actually happening. We were back there with Hana. That's not even the story. That's just starting the story. But he mentioned this really cool thing that they're doing here on Saturdays, and I have to say, coming from Brooklyn and checking in on Madison and seeing what's going on, I think it's a really beautiful project that he has here on Saturdays. It's called Cool School, which is also touches a deep place in my heart because I also made a record called Cool School. I'm not saying who started the name. Maybe it was me, maybe it was Hana. Maybe just great minds thinking alike, emanating from the great creative space of Madison. But anyway, Saturday afternoons, they open up the space to kids, and it's a kind of like an open source music class that they do here. And he asked us to mention, and I think that it's a good thing for us to mention, that there's a little donation spot when you leave the club if you want to contribute to this wonderful ongoing project that Hana is putting together here at Cafe CODA. That's all. That's a pitch. That's an actual advertisement that we just did for the club. But I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think you should put a couple quarters in the jar before you leave.
Well, I should follow that with something optimistic, not another dystopian thing, right?
Do you have anything optimistic in the repertoire?
No, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. Well, I do. It's kind of in the optimistic category, and that is, when I was a student here 112 years ago, and we all thought,
at some point,
that the world was just going to get better and better. Why? Because we were maturing, and we were going to come, and all our hip friends were going to become lawyers and judges, and so clearly all the pot would be legal.
Pot would be legal? Is that what
you're
going to? Yeah.
We thought that would happen because all the judges and lawyers were smoking it.
Yeah.
We thought,
the future judges and lawyers.
The future judges. Well, today, they're still smoking it, and it's still hard. So, yet, just down the road, in Rockford, Illinois, Pardon me?
Sunnyside, Illinois.
Sunnyside.
You don't even
Exactly
have to
right.
Don't even have to go
I'm
as far as
just saying,
Rockford.
I'm not
Yeah.
advocating anything, and especially at my
No.
age,
Yeah.
I have to be careful. You know, I could get distracted driving to Sunnyside. This
Yeah.
could happen.
It's true. But
So-
as we've often discussed, at my age you'd be foolish to do it. At your age you'd be foolish not to do it.
We do say that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do say that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Take a little hit just before you quit. Take a little poke, and then you get the joke. Don't want to buy it before you try it. Life's too short to make the same mistake twice. So take a little hit before you commit the old routine. Stop and dig the scene. Your body and your mind, they are beautifully designed. You don't want to max out the old potential for dropping that torrential rain on your parade. You gotta play it where it's laid. Why don't you take a little hit before you? Take a little pull while that bowl is full. Tomorrow's never here, with sorrow's ever near. You don't want to cancel that old connection to cosmic introspection. Well, we've been chewing on the leaves and brewing up the seeds. Since the young and brave were living in the cave. Take a little hit before you quit. take a little taste. You see, time is here to waste. You take a little nip, and then you take a little trip. It ain't a chance that you take, that's your big mistake. A chance you miss, you shouldn't resist. Why don't you take a little spank before you hit the tank? Take a little stroll before you hit the pole. Take a little hit before you quit. Yeah. That's that old hipster ethic. Hipster ethic. Yeah. Yeah, the hipster. A hand for all the hipsters out there. Still hanging on, man. Yeah. There's still room for hipsters. It's called assisted living. I don't cry for no hipster. He knew what he signed up for. The look and the feel, that run-down appeal. The passing ship, the distant shore. No, don't cry for no hipster. He saw the writing on the wall, and it gave him hope. Just another slippery slope, a deeper truth he can't recall. But when young becomes old, cool turns to cold. That's when we'll see if the truth sets you free. Until then, don't cry for no hipster. He's got his day, he's got his night. Let's just call it what it is. In a life like his, it's usually wrongs that make it right. And he'll say, I'm tired of being so hip. It's like waiting for a ship. A ship that won't never come in. Check out his grin and don't cry for him. And don't cry for no hipster. He's got his hat, he's got his cane. And in a world so square, with disasters everywhere, if you can't laugh at life, you're through. But if you have to cry, if you have to cry, then make it tears of joy, because he's here and then he's gone, and gone is one thing he can do. Don't cry for no hipster. You guys are so hip. This is the only place in the world where Don't Cry for No Hipster is a hit. It's just unbelievable. Oh, man. People don't understand Madison. They really don't. We're survivors here. We're deep in the survival. Man, when I came here the first time, 1961, and I got involved in the local scene, and the first fundraiser I played was for Bob Kastenmeyer. And I'm still out here playing fundraisers. We're survivors out here. We are survivors in Madison. It may be just us in the end. But, I don't know where I'm going with that. Early one morning, the sun was shining, and I was laying in bed. I was wondering if she had changed at all, if her hair still was red. Her folks said our lives together sure was gonna get rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, and Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. But me, I'm standing on the side of the road. I got the rain falling on my shoes. I'm just heading out to the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues coming on through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used just a little too much force. We drove that car just as far as we could, abandoned it way out west. Broke up on a dark, sad night, we both agreed it was for the best. And she turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, gonna meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. Tangled up. Billy. Yeah. now I'm going back again. Gotta get to her somehow. All the people we used to know, they're just an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still out on the bridge, headed for another joint. We always did feel the same. We just saw it from another point, different point of view. Tangled up in, tangled up in, tangled up in, tangled up. Tangled up. I made my way to the back nine. They called me the Iron Man. Watching out for the sand trap, organizing my plan. Out on the back nine, I know how to do my thing. Traded in the 5 spot for a new kind of club, but I still maintain my swing. I said my life ain't nothing but fine out on the back nine. Laying it back on the back nine, the hustle is still my thing. Driving the show in a hole for dough, you know they call me the Rhythm King. Out on the back nine, it's a hazard just to be alive. Still having fun with the old pitch and run. Now the score ain't nothing but jive. I got the bird on my mind. I'm on the back nine. That's me out on the back nine. Ball on the back nine, get the view from the clubhouse turn. Running the changes on the driving ranges and waiting for that grass to burn. Out on the back nine, well, it's a hazard just to be alive. Having fun with the old pitch and run. The score ain't nothing but jive. Life ain't nothing but fine out on the back nine. Out on the back nine. folks out there. Now we're all gonna play one set. We're gonna play for 90 minutes, and we're about halfway through. So we want to invite you to relax, talk to one another, go have a drink. This is going to be our set break, except we're not going to take a break. We're just going to keep playing. But consider this our set break, where we're just grooving and playing a little bit. What we're doing, we're selling CDs. That's right, we're selling CDs. Consider this an opportunity to go out there and get a CD. You can take us home with you. Now look, I understand that most of you don't have anywhere to play a CD anymore. But see, don't let that deter you from purchasing one of these fine CDs, because my autograph on that CD is going to be worth a lot more than the CD itself. So we're basically going to charge you for this autograph and throw the CD in. That's kind of the deal we got going out here. So what else? I guess that'll do. We'll just... Life ain't nothing but fine.
So, That really worked.
That was great.
Did you see just a little bit of encouragement for the people to talk and get a drink? The whole situation changed.
They go for it.
Completely transformed into like a totally different audience.
Yeah, everybody feels better now.
It makes you realize how hard everybody was working to concentrate like that for so long.
Yeah. No, keep talking. I don't care. No, look, you were really nice for the first half.
How do you come back from this?
How do you come back?
You're going to have to do something so excellent.
Yes, I got it. I got this.
Do you have something really excellent now to do?
I do. Ever since the world ended, I don't get out as much. People that I once befriended, they don't really bother to stay in touch. Things used to seem so splendid. They don't really matter today. It's just as well the world ended. It wasn't working anyway. Ever since the world ended, there's no more Bible Belt. Remember how we all pretended, going around lying about the way we felt. Now all the rules have been suspended, and ain't nobody keeping score. just as well the world ended. 'Cause we couldn't have taken too much more. Ever since the world ended, ain't no more black and white. Ever since we all got blended, there ain't no more reason to fuss and fight. The dogmas that we once defended no longer seem worthwhile. Ever since the world ended, I face the future with a smile. Thank you. Cheery little tune. A cheery little tune. That's going to be coming out on the new one, yeah. Coming out on the new one.
It's not out now
It's not out now. No.
because we recorded it yesterday.
Yesterday we recorded it. Right down on Winnebago
Yeah.
Street at DNA Recording
Yeah,
Studios.
yeah.
No, the new album is called Swing State, and there's no lyrics at all.
No.
And it's a big hit. This is kind of a shock to me.
Yeah.
After writing 350 songs with lyrics, I finally made a record with no lyrics.
Yeah.
And
People can't get enough of it.
People can't get enough.
Can't
They're
get
playing
enough.
it all over the radio, and I think what's happening here is for years jazz radio programmers didn't want to tell me, but they didn't know how to play my vocal songs. Now that I finally made something without vocals,
Yeah.
now they can play
Yeah.
a Ben Sidran record.
Yeah,
So
but what's funny about it is they all want to talk to you about it.
now they all want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Before they didn't want to talk about it, and they didn't want to
Yeah.
play it. Now
Upgrade.
upgrade. It's upgrade. Yeah. If you stick around long enough, you sit by the bank of the river long enough, they all float by. You know how that works. Okay, so another upbeat tune here
Upbeat,
for y'all.
yeah. Okay.
Money's getting cheaper, price is getting steeper. Found a good woman, but I couldn't keep her. See, times are getting tougher than tough. Things are getting rougher than rough. I make a lot of money, but I just keep spending the stuff. They got pork chops at the market. I asked the butcher for a pound. I could not buy a pork chop when I put my money down. Time's getting tougher than tough. Things get rougher than rough. You can make a lot of money, but you just keep spending the stuff. politicians telling folks, cut down on your meat. Why don't they cut the prices and just let the people eat? You see, times are getting tougher and tougher. Things are getting rougher and rough. Well, I make a lot of money, but I just keep spending that stuff. You can't afford to live, you better try. See, undertakers got a union and it costs too much to die. Things get rougher and rough. Well, I make a lot of money, but I just keep spending. Make a whole lot of money, but you keep right on spending. Make a lot of money, but I just keep spending that stuff. Now you see, if your life is driving you to drink and you sitting there wondering what you should think, I got some consolation for you. Now I'm gonna give it to you if I might. I don't worry about a thing, I know ain't nothing gonna be alright. This world is just one big trouble spot. 'Cause some have plenty and some have not. I used to be trouble till I finally found the light. Now I don't worry about a thing, I know nothing's gonna be alright. Life is short and talk is cheap, and if you don't go making a promise you can't keep, you don't like to sing a song, you grin and bear it. All I can say is that the shoe fits, wear it. Don't worry about a thing, I know nothing gonna be alright. I don't worry about a thing, 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 I don't worry, I don't worry, I don't worry, I don't worry, I don't worry about a thing, I don't worry about a thing. something gonna be all right. Thank you. You've been listening to Billy Peterson on the bass. Bill Peterson on the bass. Leo Sidran right there on the drums. Well, thank you once again for being part of the Salon for Secular Humanists, Arch Democrats, and Free Thinkers. When I become was and we become were, will there be any sign or a trace of the lovely contour of your face? And will there be someone around with essentially my kind of sound? When am turns to was and now is back, when will someone have moments like this? Moments of unspoken bliss. And will there be heroes and saints? Just a dark new age of complaints. When I become was and we become were, will there be any Susans and Ralphs looking at old photographs and wondering aloud to a friend, what was it like to be then? Thanks, kids. Thank you. Thanks for coming. The Salon will be back. We'll see you soon.